get involved in a Republican primary fight to help defeat Trump in 2024 if Trump runs. Let's discuss. Let me start with former U.S. Assistant Attorney Elie Honig, who has strong feelings about Bill Barr. He said he stands by his statement, months and months of talking about counterfeiting ballots and the like. What did you make of it?
Jake, this is a deeply dishonest effort by Bill Barr to whitewash history and to launder his own reputation. I thought that was a perfect example. Bill Barr is very fond of reminding everybody that weeks after the election, he came out publicly and said there's no evidence of widespread election fraud. He did that. That's good. However, this is the first time I've seen him confronted with the fact that he lied about election fraud many times over in the key months leading up to the election. And what does Bill Barr say? Not, in retrospect, those statements were false. I wish I hadn't made them. I wish they didn't hurt the country. He says, I stand by all of that. He's standing by his own dangerous lies. I think that tells you something about just how dishonest and disingenuous Bill Barr is.
CNN's Phillip, what struck you most about that moment with Barr?
Yeah, I think Elie is absolutely right. Barr is standing by what you told him was a falsehood. You told him that what he said wasn't true, and then he said, I stand by it. Then he also says it doesn't matter whether fraud actually occurs, it just matters whether people believe that it occurs. Well, they believe it occurs because he was making statements based on falsehoods, which were then echoed, by the way, by President Trump, who caused Republicans to go from not believing that mail-in ballots were causing fraud to all of a sudden believing that it was enough fraud to warrant wanting to overturn the election. As Elie said, it's particularly dishonest given that you told him that what he said was not true.
And Elie, the Justice Department under Bill Barr was frequently a tumultuous place. He once publicly compared employees to Montessori preschoolers. That's quite an act for Merrick Garland to follow, huh?
Yeah, that was a moment of true arrogance by Bill Barr. Look, I've been critical of Merrick Garland for the pace and intensity of his investigations around January 6th, but I will say this. He has helped to restore two of the things that Bill Barr took away. First, DOJ's credibility. Merrick Garland, unlike Bill Barr, has not lied to us. Kind of pathetic that we have to praise the current Attorney General for not being a liar. Alas, that's where Bill Barr has left us. And second of all, Merrick Garland has not politicized DOJ. Bill Barr didn't really have a good answer when you asked him about why, out of these tens of thousands of cases, the two he interfered in after his prosecutors had already been approved happened to be Roger Stone and Michael Flynn. Well, Merrick Garland has done nothing like that. He has not politicized DOJ. If anything, he seems to be bending over too far in order to prevent DOJ from doing anything that might be politically tumultuous. So Merrick Garland inherited DOJ that was in tough shape, but he has taken key steps towards undoing some of the damage Barr did.
Abby, one of the headlines, I think, from the interview was Barr saying that he would, quote, absolutely get involved and endorse another Republican in the primaries if Trump runs for re-election. What did you make of that?
Well, I thought it was interesting that he seemed to say that he would support another candidate, but he didn't actually make it clear whether he would support Trump again, let's say if he were running opposed, which I think is a really key question. It's not clear at all whether Trump would be opposed if he were to run again. And it seems, based on everything that Barr had to say, there's very little that Trump actually did as president that he found to be disqualifying. And I'm not sure I came away from this interview believing that Barr actually would not support Trump if he were on the ballot as the Republican nominee. In fact, he seems to just simply prefer another candidate. He doesn't think Trump has actually disqualified himself in a lot of ways.
Thanks to both of you.